Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry latest news YouTube channel. I'm Alex, I hope all is well with you. More snippets from the book Spare, which I believe highlight the controlling behaviour of the royal family. Many people have experienced a person in their lives that becomes somewhat like what they call a control freak. A control freak usually displays these characteristics. You refuse to delegate, everything must be to your schedule or timeline. You can be grumpy, your expectations might at times feel threatened, you micromanage others, you judge others' behaviour, you constantly criticise people. Does that remind you of anyone? Here we see this snippet from the book. Harry says he rowed with Prince William over whether he could keep his beard when he married Meghan and whether they could wed in Westminster Abbey or even elope to Botswana. What does it matter whether Harry has a beard at his wedding or not? What kind of control does a person have over another person's life if they are telling them whether they can or cannot have a beard on their own wedding day? It says here, when a date was set for May 19, 2018, there was yet another hurdle for the groom. After all the stress of asking Granny for permission to marry Meg, I thought I'd never have the courage to ask her for anything else. And yet I now dared to make another ask. Granny, please may I, for my wedding, keep my beard? Not a small ask either. A beard was thought by some to be a clear violation of protocol and long-standing norms, especially since I was getting married in my army uniform. Beards were forbidden in the British Army. In the memoir, Ghost, written by Pulitzer Prize winner author J.R. Moehringer, Harry philosophizes about whether his beard was Freudian beard as a security blanket or Jungian beard as mask. Regardless, he says that the beard made him feel calmer and the Queen understood. Yes, she said, you may keep your beard, but then I explained it to my brother and he bristled. Not the done thing, he said, military rules, so forth. Harry said he gave his older brother a quick history lesson with the help of Google, showing William images of royal ancestors who were bearded and uniformed, such as Edward VII and George V. When Harry said he had already been granted permission by their grandmother to keep his facial hair, William became livid. Harry reports his brother saying, "You put her in an uncomfortable position, Harold. She had no choice but to say yes." Harry adds that William wouldn't let it go and that the argument continued in person on the phone for more than a week. A whole week arguing over whether or not Harry can show some facial hair at his own wedding. He became livid. If someone becomes livid and draws out an argument for over a week about such a trivial thing, imagine what they would be like about other things. It sounds like William is a nightmare. It continues, it culminated, according to Harry, with William ordering him to shave his beard off. Harry says he replied, "For the love of God, Willie, why does this matter so much to you?" "Because I wasn't allowed to keep my beard." Harry concludes, there it was. After he'd come back from an assignment with Special Forces, Willie was sporting a full beard and someone told him to be a good boy, run along and shave it. He hated the idea of me enjoying a perk he'd been denied. Then we have these revelations about Meghan and Harry's wedding. Harry suggests he and Meghan had even wanted to elope for a barefoot Botswana ceremony, adding, "We wanted to get married quickly, but the palace couldn't seem to pick a date or a venue." So it sounds like they didn't want the fuss, but obviously the royal family did, and the publicity from their wedding. After returning from an engagement tour for which Meghan and Harry travelled to the 4 home nations, he says he discussed plans with his brother William. Harry told William that he and Meghan were thinking of one of the grander venues in London. Describing the exchange, he writes, "I told him we were thinking of Westminster Abbey. No good, we did it there." Right, St Paul's, too grand, plus Pa and Mummy did it there. Yes, good point. He suggested Tetbury. I snorted. Tetbury, the chapel near Highgrove. Seriously, Willie, how many does that place seat? Isn't that what you said you wanted? A small, quiet wedding? Harry claims that what he and Meghan really wanted was to escape Britain altogether, adding, "In fact, we wanted to elope, barefoot in Botswana with maybe a friend officiating. That was our dream. But we were expected to share this moment with other people. It wasn't up to us." In his book, Harry goes on to say, "They finally accepted our request for the location, St. George's Chapel. It does seem that everything is micromanaged and your business becomes their business, to the point where even if you want to have some facial hair for your wedding, your own brother will become livid and argue with you for a whole week, and the media wonder why these two brothers have fallen out and the family are dysfunctional, and they continue to cause confusion by planting stories that most of the time are false in the media. What a mess. Meghan and Harry leaving the family was easily the best and most sanest move they could have made. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video." Two royal women laughed and joked as they sat side by side at a number of engagements in Chester, travelling there overnight on the royal train. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what's on your mind.